A few years ago, a movie came out called 300, directed by a guy by the name of Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder would go on to direct such movies such as The Watchmen and Man of Steel. Now, cue gasp, but I haven't seen 300. I know. Keith, you watch all these movies. How come you haven't seen 300? Well, you'd be surprised at a couple of the big movies I haven't seen, and 300 would definitely be on that list. Now, the interesting thing is that I had the opportunity to see the sequel, 300 Rise of an Empire. And again, I didn't know a lot about this franchise. In fact, I was in line getting ready to go in saying, wait a minute, is this the movie where they're going to release the Kraken? Is there going to be, a ring? Is there a Precious? Okay, maybe I knew it had nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, but I didn't know what the movie was about. And what I can tell you is it's about two fighting sides who pretty much in this movie had a best 2 out of 3 on the open water. Now, on the one side, we've got the Greeks, and on the other side, we've got the Persians. Now, did I find this movie overly enjoyable? The answer to that question would be no. Do I think you should run out and see this movie? Well, if you're a big fan of 300, I'll tell you that Zack Snyder didn't direct this movie. This is more of a watered-down sequel that's directed by somebody else by the name of Noam Murrow. Haven't heard of him before. It stars a bunch of people that I haven't heard of. Sullivan Stapleton, as well as Hans Matheson. But it does have the cool wife from the movie The Purge, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones fame. But the one person in this movie that really impressed me was Eva Green, who some of you might recall from Casino Royale. Now, I didn't find her to be a big deal in Casino Royale, but quite frankly, that's the only thing I can remember that she was in. But she was very entertaining in this movie. I don't know if she was supposed to be entertaining. Maybe I was supposed to take her more seriously, but I couldn't. She pretty much killed anybody who didn't agree with her. She likes having angry sex, and she likes popping a boob here and there. Janet Jackson would be proud. Should you go check out 300? I don't know. I'd say wait for it to come out on some sort of video or on-demand device. I feel old when I say video. Do we do video anymore? Can somebody tell me what the cool terminology is? Anyway, so wait for whatever that is. So the on-demand type of thing. I'm giving this movie a C-. The effects were good, but again, CGI doesn't overly impress me the way that it probably should. And when I see CGI, I don't overly get excited. Not like those people who go out and see Gravity and say, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Give it an Academy Award. No. So by that definition, maybe next year 300 is going to clean up at the Academy Awards. But what I'll say is this is a watered-down version which probably should have been direct-to-video. It's not an overly enjoyable movie. It's okay. Eva Green does her best to make it enjoyable, but she can't do it on her own. C- for this one. As always, you can always check me out on CFL_fan, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thanks so much for checking out this blog, and I'll see you at the movies.